on a lighter note,
Yeah.
the Acolyte is crashing and burning. I don't know if you noticed that. According to the latest Nielsen ratings. Now, this is just in comparison to other Star Wars shows. And
Right.
also to be somewhat like, I don't know how to put it, like intellectually honest. Like the Acolyte was never going to compete with the Mandalorian.
No.
And it was never going to compete with Obi-Wan Kenobi or Ahsoka. So like, or even the Book of Boba Fett, because everybody knows those characters.
Yeah.
And like, and the Mandalorian obviously was gigantic. And so to dunk on it is like, I have a video where I laugh and dunk on it, but I try to be like intellectually honest. Like it's not like Disney didn't think the Acolyte was going to outdo the Mandalorian.
Right.
Like they
Yeah.
know that. What I do think is interesting is that the overall interest in Disney Star Wars, we can look at this block and say the Mandalorian season 2 had 1 billion minutes viewed. Mandalorian season 3, 800 minutes, 800 million. Sorry, these are millions. So it dropped 20% from season 2 to season 3. I wonder if that had anything to do with Gina Carano getting fired. Couldn't say.
Right.
Obi-Wan Kenobi, 500 million. Ahsoka, 400 million. What's interesting about the Acolyte at just 244, which puts it essentially 75%. If you said the season 2 of The Mandalorian represents the entire Disney Star Wars audience, it is 75% less. Like
Right. And that's weird because Disney tried to say that the Acolyte was so successful. We have like the most views and all this. It's all lies.
Yeah. It didn't even beat Ahsoka. And like
I'm surprised
Ahsoka,
it beat Andor even though
yeah,
I mean it beat something.
barely. And and if you think about it, Andor came out a year or two ago. There was way less marketing for it, and
Right.
there are more total viewers on Disney Plus now. So it's not like, it's not too bad.
And I do think the Acolyte is getting more hate watched than Andor was as well because of the content surrounding it, the memeing it on the scores, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't think there was much buzz even around Andor.
There was hardly anything about Andor. I wasn't seeing a bunch of clips or anything, cringe clips and stuff about it. I think nobody really cared that much, even with the hate watching with Andor. It was just forgotten.
Yeah, it just kind of went away. It just kind of went away. The Acolyte, I think that you could look at like the Star Wars fandom. I think the best argument you can make about this is that Disney had at least people willing to watch 1 million minutes of Star Wars The Mandalorian, which is not like a mainline story, but the bounty hunters are a thing and everyone loves Grogu. It had way more marketing going for it. It had bigger actors. I mean, Pedro Pascal is a big name.
Right.
So, to be fair, it's not apples to apples, but we know what is possible. Disney could have had 1 million minutes watched of a potential show if it was actually good. But it isn't good.
I'd be curious to see the data on the statistics of male and female viewers as well, because I would venture to say, and they do stuff like this with, oh, let's just add a bunch of women to it, we're going to get more female viewers. I would venture to say that The Mandalorian had a way more of a percentage of female viewers.
Oh yeah,
due to Grogu alone.
Yeah.
And that's what's so funny about it is it's like, no, you don't have to make all these female lead characters to make women want to watch. You can do something like add a cute little baby Yoda, and there you go. Women loved him.
Yeah. Like that is, ultimately the idea that, oh, we need a black Jedi who cuts her hair with a lightsaber, and we need a gay Jedi who's banging the showrunner who has a cool whip which is from a practicality standpoint, a lightsaber whip would be maybe the worst weapon imaginable.
Yeah.
If in anything but maybe one-on-one combat. And so like nobody needed that crap. Nobody had fancy different color. I mean, I know when Darth Maul came out, his lightsaber was a big deal, but ever since then, no one's given a damn. So what are they gonna do? Oh, he has a lightsaber axe, and this guy's a lightsaber dagger, and this person has a lightsaber staff, and like that is not why people tune in. People saw like Darth Maul, and they're like, "Damn, he's an awesome character."
Mhm.
He had the double-sided lightsaber, which is cool, and it was red, which was cool, but none of that mattered because he still had to be. It still had to be a good movie. It still had to be good story writing.
Yep.
This like it'll be interesting to see the breakdown. I mean, if you look at shows that are beating it, right? Geek Girl, which I don't even know what it is.
Geek Girl. I don't even know what that. I've never
Yeah, it's
heard
on
of that.
Netflix.
You'd think I would have heard of that.
Evil is number 4. I will say Evil is a show that the first 2 seasons I thought were really good. I'm watching this most recent season. It's not very good. It's like if you
Okay.
had the X-Files, the best X-Files episodes, in my opinion, were when they were just hunting paranormal stuff or hunting
Right.
aliens. That was a whole episode. Oh, there's something weird. What's going on? Like I remember one of my all-time favorites was when they were in Wisconsin. They were in Wisconsin a lot in that show, and they had the freak show. And like this guy had this baby that would come out of him and whatever, and they had all this stuff, but it was like just like Mulder and Scully, investigating something weird. That's how
Mhm.
Evil started. Like
Yeah.
this diverse woman-led crew, a strong, independent woman who had 4 kids and 1 job and managed to support all of them somehow. Um, while her husband was off climbing Mount Everest. But they would like do exorcisms and do stuff like that, right? I was like, okay, this show's pretty cool. Now it's like, oh, all the little kids, all their stupid, annoying little kids have to have storylines. And
Right.
this obscure old priest lady, she's got to have a storyline. So anyway,
Oh,
mini rant, that's how they ruined that.
okay.
Sweet Tooth, Eric. So I mean, like the Acolyte isn't even in the conversation.
And
It barely
these
beat
aren't
the Hitler and the Nazis evil on trial.
That's funny because none of these, I mean, for the most part, are that popular. I think maybe Bridgerton, I've heard of that.
Eric was popular.
Oh, okay.
That was Benedict Cumberbatch. It was about
Oh,
his kid getting abducted. I
okay.
thought it was loosely based on a true story. I could be wrong about that. Um, but also in the first 7 minutes, there was an interracial dude on dude bed scene, so I
Oh,
shut it off.
wow.
I watched the first episode and I was like, I'm out. Like it has nothing to do
Yeah,
with the
no thanks.
story. There's no reason I need to
Oh.
see. It wasn't just interracial. It was a black dude and a white dude, and I think if I remember right, the white dude was like 40 years older than the black dude. So it was like
Oh!
geriatric interracial dude on dude bed scene. I was like, I'm out.
Oh, that's
I'm out.
disturbing. It's weird that they seem to have this focus on old dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah, even with The Last of Us, it's worse in this case with an old dude and a young dude. But
I don't
yeah,
know. Yeah, I don't know. I was like so disappointing because I do like Benedict Cumberbatch and I wanted to watch it and it was right up my alley. But no. By the way, upcoming movie recommendation for all of you out there who like the kind of movies that I like, the slow burn psychological crime thrillers, and Nick Cage. Have you seen the trailer
oh
for Longlegs?
no,
Dude, it looks they didn't even so the main actress is interviewing Longlegs, who's like the bad guy, and they made him like look so great. They didn't show her what he looked like until they were filming the scene, and she almost had a heart attack. Like it looks really, really awesome. Like I don't want
oh
to
wow,
oversell it,
okay.
but it looks if anybody has seen the preview, I always try to put it out there and say like, every time I watch a trailer, We end up getting claimed, but I don't care. I'm going to show it.
Okay.
If we get taken down, it was worth it.